to your nightly adult entertainment here at the Guardian Talk Radio. I am your humble host, Armalite, and tonight's episode is number 81. Hardcore versus the softcore player base. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that tonight. I know it's not like this hot topic that everybody's talking about, but you know, I figured that this would be a decent enough topic for us to discuss this evening. So if you just give me just a second. Okay. We'll make sure I got everything up and running here. Okay. Woohoo! Alright. Actually, I should probably just turn my volume all the way down on my phone. That way we are not disturbed for the next hour or so. Now, for what you all have been waiting for, here I is. Now, if this is your first time here, this is the Guardian Talk Radio, where basically we talk about just about anything and everything about Destiny. It could be within the game itself, or it could actually just be, you know, outside of the game. It doesn't have to necessarily be, you know, directly towards Destiny, but, or at least the game itself. So we're actually going to explore our horizons just a little bit this evening. Let me just check a few things. Okay, you know what? Just because I'm going to go ahead and start a poll. You know, just to add a little flavor to the stream. Here, let's see. I'll make it simple. Don't make fun of my typing either. That's not allowed. Okay. Do you feel the divide between the hardcore and softcore? Yes or no? Hang on. Hang on. And of course, let me fix it. Oh, where'd it go? Okay, there we go. And ooh, 95 characters. But a bitch ain't one. Okay, so the question for the poll is going to be, do you feel a divide between the hardcore and softcore player base in Destiny, in our Destiny 2 community? No. What are you doing? I don't want to add. Oh wait, there we go. Okay, there. I guess I can add So it doesn't have to necessarily be a yes or no question. Yes! I figured it out. Woohoo! Okay. Okay. So we got that all set up for the stream. And I do apologize. I like to make sure I get all these little things here and there for the stream to make sure I got that all put together here. And I'm gonna go ahead and pop out chat so I can keep an eye on all y'all that decides to jumping into my stream. Oh, I guess I could show this part off right quick. I know that's gonna drop my, but give me just a sec. Okay, so this is how I do my stuff here. Okay. Let's look at like later on down the line, and let's look at it as, you know, we got shit popping in the Discord and everything, and I have a specific topic that we're going to talk about as a community, and doesn't matter if it's hot and spicy or if it's pretty mild, whatever, whichever way you lean, doesn't really matter. But I do have it set up so that way I can have call-ins, and that is kind of my main goal with this channel. Not so much just, oh, you know, interacting with only people that are in my chat. You know, to actually interact with many different people. It's especially, you know, just like a one-on-one, or, you know, I would like to get it to that point. Let's see. So that is the thing. I'm not really decided if I actually want to go ahead and pop up, because usually I would come here and set it up and see if anybody decides to pop in. You know what, just to show it off, and we got time. I'm doing a kind of a topic that's not really all that crazy or anything. So okay, so the topic was versus okay, I'll just set it up that way. Keep it short and sweet. Okay, so you would come into my Discord, and you can actually, you would once you popped into here, and you would be able to see the, you know, let's say if someone popped in right about now, that would be kind of cool if someone just did that. That'd be a bit funny. But anyways, you can actually come in and, you know, be here in the audience, and then once I decide, you know, I want to start accepting call-ins, there's an icon that you can raise your hand, and I can actually pick those icons, and I would be able to bring you into chat. We'll chat for a little bit, you know, if you want to give your opinion about whatever said topic, or if there's a different topic that you would like to, you know, talk about. There it is. So basically that's what that is. Pretty cool. So I'll just keep that up, and I got my chat so we can see all the chat, the chitter chatters. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead. Usually, sometimes it really depends if I decide that I want to do this or not. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It really just depends on what I want to do. Give me back my chat. I really need to get this OBS figured out. Because having to have a pop-up chat, I liked having the chat in the fucking OBS. It doesn't work right now. I don't know why. Maybe I just need to update the system. Fuck, I don't know. Jesus Christ. Okay, so without wasting too much more of your time, I guess we'll just go ahead and get it right into the topic here. Okay, so let's how should we start this off? Okay, so the topic is the hardcore player base versus basically the softcore player base. And I think in my observation, when it comes to the two, it seems a lot like there's this defining line or a divide within our player base. Basically, the idea is, oh, well, the hardcore players are to blame because of this. The softcore player base is because of this. And people want to put the blame on somebody in the state of the game. A lot of the topic kind of fell around a lot with like Bungie's or the Destiny 2 player count being at a slow decline. Some people are looking at this and really heavily, you know, looking into it, seeing how it just keeps going down and down and down and down and down, even though that it seems to be more or less the PC side of things. It's only off of one platform, but from what I've been told, it's, you know, people use the Steam charts because it's a good barometer to kind of get a justified thought or an idea of what is really going on. I think it's the only one that is, I guess, reliable enough, but does it really translate that there are less players playing in Destiny? So, and a lot of people are contributing that to, oh, because Bungie wants to cater heavily towards just the casual players or the softcore players. So the thing that I've seen is when, if you're going to judge like numbers and try to justify it as, well, if we're seeing this decrease in player count, which is not the entirety of the player count, how do we know that it's not just the PC group that is in a decline, even though that they don't make up majority of the player base? I mean, it could all, I mean, it's just like, okay, if Bungie had a way to show us, like if they had player counts of their own, that would be nice. That showed from PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, and you could see everything. If it goes up, goes down, it would be like, okay, well, why is it that Steam players are typically, you know, not, or they're declining? Are they typically going to Xbox? Are they playing more on Xbox? Are they playing more on PlayStation? Just for the fact that a lot of these games, like new games that are coming out, now, not saying that there could be a contributing factor within the game itself, you know, it could possibly be because, oh, well, because Season of the Plunder, like right now, is kind of more of a, I mean, it's a cool idea, you know, it's a great season, but at the same time, it just, maybe it wasn't as captivating. But I feel like people try to separate and not really trying to get a grasp of the entire landscape. They just see some negative, and a lot of people drive towards that negativity. And oh well, the argument could always be is, oh well, if that's the case, then you know, from what I've heard, some people make the argument, or at least some content creators will try to make an argument about how if they would do better in numbers if they were just completely 100% positive about a game or about Destiny. Their numbers would drastically just go through the roof. And the fact that they're being, you know, critical, I use that word loosely, doesn't always mean like well, that's the reason why their numbers are low. And it's like, and I know I'm going off on an entire tangent, but just let me make my round here, okay? I'll do this sometimes. I'll go on a tangent and I'll go way the fuck out there, and then I'll bring it back. So, and one thing that I've noticed, it's not necessarily that if you only talk good things about a video game that we all enjoy and love, it's actually the negativity that actually drives the clicks, that drives the emotions, because you're inflaming a player base. And you also see it a lot on Twitter. That's another place that you tend to see it a lot, not just in the YouTube comments section. A lot of the times a lot of it is on Twitter. it is, oh my god, Twitter is a fucking mess. So, but anyways, but there's a lot of this, you know, oh well, there's this divide or the blame between the two, if it's actually the hardcore or the softcore. Well, let me put it to you this way, and this is kind of just from what I've seen and experienced. For me, I would say I don't know where I would put myself at. I mean, I've played Destiny for a very long time, not as long as most people. You know, I'm not these day one D1 or D1 day one alphas, you know, just I'm not one of those. Okay. And I'm not crazy in, you know, the game, as you know, it's not really just the game itself, but you know, I enjoy the atmosphere that Destiny brings, including the game. So, and I know I'm no authority on this topic, but this is just kind of how I see the landscape of things. I'm noticing that people don't understand that, yes, you have your hardcore players or those who stick around the longest, and people like right now, if you're still playing Destiny 2 today, right now, besides, okay, yesterday, because right now is Iron Banner, and Iron Banner only comes a couple times this season, so we can't use that as an example, right? So it's more of if let's say, I gotta try to make it back to what I was talking about. Okay, so if you're playing Destiny, like kind of in this era right now, I would consider you as the more loyal, the more, I guess it depends on how hardcore you would consider yourself, right? If you're a hardcore player, you're the 35-year-old that lives in his mama's basement in the suburbs of Detroit, and your name is Chuck, and all you do is play Destiny day in, day out, and you do nothing. And that's all you do. You play Destiny 2 in a very unhealthy manner. Or you're playing Destiny, this is completely separate, I'm not comparing, so don't think I'm comparing, But you get those guys, or the kids that, you know, that go to school and they ain't got nothing else better to do. They have no responsibilities. And then you have those who are content creators that basically make a living off of covering a specific game, which I would put those guys at the very tippy top, because a lot of them, they do other things, as you know, that, you know, they do trials carries, GM carries, weapon builds, and character builds, whatever, you know, whatever it is, which they make amazing contributions to the community, which is awesome. So you have those. Then you have people more like me. You know, we still play the game even in the off season. Basically, we're still playing when things are slow. There's no content. You know, things are dry. Even though, you know, we need a little something to quench our thirst, but we're still playing. And a lot of the times it's more of, we're not really playing the game for the game itself. A lot of it's because we're playing with our buddies, or we've made a couple of new friends and we found something that we could do to, you know, keep having fun, like going in and helping some new player out. He just got into Destiny, or somebody that's been gone for a long period of time. So yeah, you could see that happening. And those, I would put myself into that category. I don't know, that would be kind of like the softer hardcore, you know, hardcore ish. Just because, you know, I'm in that kind of level. I'm still playing Destiny even when it's not hot. Then you have the casuals that are on the softer side of things. You know, they just kind of come in at the hype, and, you know, and they kind of come in and out, come and go. They don't put in as much effort or as much time into the game. And then you have the really, really softcore players that just show up just to try it out. But a lot of people that I've noticed is that they're comparing, you know, basically like the softcore players, as in somebody that kind of comes in and out. They're just lumping everybody off to the one side. It's either you're over there or you're over here. It's one of the two. You know, there's no like levels to it. You know, you still have, like, I would still consider somebody that's kind of still in the hardcore, or, you know, maybe the hardcore casual, I would say. Somebody who doesn't, I guess that's where you put me. So the hardcore casual, basically, like, you know, we got families, full-time job, and you have, you know, responsibilities, right? But we put in as much time as we can, you know, a couple hours after work, you know, every day. A lot of the times it's still a daily thing, you know, put in 2, 3, even 4 hours, and then we gotta go to bed so we can go get up in the morning. And then, like, for me, like, I'll take like on mostly Sundays, I will play pretty much all day, all the way into the next night. That's when I put the most hours in, even though I'm probably not really doing anything, but I'm still playing the game, you know, playing with the boys, you know, whatever the case may be. So, but the problem is that people like to lump us that are the hardcore casuals and with the softcore players as well, and trying to, like, oh, well, it's either this or this. And then you gotta also understand, and this is kind of like, okay, there should be aspects of the game that caters to each individual. Like I would say, you know, hardcore players, you have the casuals, hardcore casuals like myself, or you just have like the softcore casuals that kind of come and go, but they still, you know, interact with the game here and there. And then you have the real softcore players, like they just try it out and then they dip. But the thing is like those softcore people, you know, you don't like you could kind of make it access for them somewhat, but trying to act like, you know, the moms and dads that, you know, can only play a few hours at a time, but they're still playing even when things are not hot, even during the downtime, but being considered as the casual player base, that Bungie only caters to them. And it's like, no, that's not the case. Bungie tries to give elements to as many types of players. You have those that are you have elements of the hardcore players. That's where you get like GMs. That's where you get raids. That's where you get trials every fucking weekend. You have titles. You have you can actually guild those titles. There's going to be more things that I'm sure there's going to be coming within Lightfall. We don't know what's all going to be coming for the next season, but there are things. Now, some people think, you know, which I don't understand, because some of these people are just like the so-called hardcore players. They tend to be like, oh, well, they, you know, I just feel like everything is a chore and I'm playing at an unhealthy level, but they're like begging and pleading to Bungie to please make it so that I could play Destiny in an unhealthy manner. It's like, bro, take a break. I mean, come on, take a little bit of a break. All right, when things get a little slow, or it feels monotonous, or if it feels like you're just repeating every single day doing your chores, take a break. Like, really, a lot of those things that I've come to terms with, once I get to a certain power cap, unless if you're just trying to be that ridiculous high, like right now, I've seen somebody at like 1630. It's like, why? Like, okay, there's a flex, I guess, but I don't see a need for that. There's no need for it. You're not more powerful if you get up that high, but hey, you know, if you want to have that kind of flex, then go for it, dude. But a lot of people are like, well, it's just, I feel like I'm doing my chores because I got to get my pinnacles. And it's like, not really. Once you get to a certain power cap, I mean, if that's all you got to do is get up to the power cap, you're basically done. Like right now is like, I guess what, like 1600 would be like the hardcore spot. The hardcore sweet spot would be like 1600 light level right now, which I would be interested to see if Bungie ends up changing the whole light level system and the whole leveling system altogether. We're not sure if that's going to be coming or not. Most likely not. But so anyways, I've come to terms as like, I really don't focus on pinnacles or leveling up. At times like this right now, I'm either one, taking a break, playing another game, or I'm basically prepping myself for the next season. You know, getting all of my materials, get everything set up. You know, some people do bounty grinds so they can hoard all their bounties and just pop them like crazy at the new season and get up to, you know, just punch right through that power cap. You know, try to get it all the way through. You know, try to get through the whole leveling system as quickly as possible. And you know, you do you, boo-boo. That's the way I see it. But at the same time, it's like you don't really have to do all that. Like, to be honest, you know, if you feel like you're just having to get on, do your pinnacles and hop off, maybe it's time for you to go do something else. You know, to be honest, you don't have to power through like that every single week. You know, unless that they're like, and they have weekly updates with the like a seasonal progression. You know, they have it done on a weekly basis. You know, you do your weekly progressions, get through the story, and you know, and do your thing, do other things. You know, have a goal, have 2 or 3 goals. You know, but you don't have to sit here and feel like you got to be doing the same thing every single day. Gotta get all my pinnacles, gotta get my pinnacles. I mean, if you're already at light level, what's the point? Unless if you're trying to get to that power level or the light level so you could do like grandmasters and stuff like that, then you know, go for it, you know, if that's the case. But if that's not like a goal and you're just basically just hopping into Destiny just so that you can basically just do your chores just so you can complete those things, I mean, at that point, just take a break. Like I said, I'm repeating myself at this point. So that's kind of my point of view. And one of the things that I've learned, if I feel like I'm doing that, I go do something else, or I just find something like a goal, you know, like, okay, like, you know, maybe I decide as like here recently, I wanted to try to get a certain role for a yesteryear. Actually, I finally got the Wastelander shotgun from the 30th anniversary. I finally got enough prints so that I can craft my own, and I just now finally got it to where I have the slide shot 1-2 punch. Fucking love that setup. I'm telling you, if you're a hunter and you're doing the whole dodging punching, it is so nice. I don't have to reload, I ain't gotta do shit. So most of the time I'm just punching shit half the time, but it is really nice, and I love that roll combo. It's just amazing. So, but you know, and especially during the Festival of the Lost that we just had, you know, I was kind of working on one thing where I was trying to get the yesteryear. I was trying to get that pulse rifle from Gambit, and I wanted a certain roll off it. So I decided, okay, well, I need to get these certain things, and I can get it by doing Gambit, which I'm trying to go for a certain pulse rifle for my my void build that I got going on. And I could do that, and then I can turn around and do all my Festival of the Lost stuff. You know, just have like this circular just rotation. It keeps you busy. That's what I love about Destiny, is you can find those circles that you could just run into that little bitty circle and just keep doing it. And I love it. I enjoy having a goal, just like anybody else. Nobody wants to get into a game and have nothing to do, of course. But at the same time, if you're just feeling like, hey, you know, I'm just doing chores here, well, go play something else. Goddamn. I mean, is it that difficult? Do you have to be doing it? I mean, unless if you're a content creator, well, that's a hole you dug yourself into. No. Sorry. So anyways, at the same time, then you have like the softcore players who like to blame everything on the hardcore players. You know, they're making things too hard. Or, you know, then you get the weird ones that are like, they want the game to be a more hardcore, but they also want it to be more casual. And it's like, well, let's put it to perspective. Are we seeing more, like, less of the casual players, especially at least on the PC side of things? Or there less PC casual players? Because that's all the numbers we can actually see, and that's what everybody's justifying as a barometer for the game. So are we seeing less of the softcore players, or the less of the casuals playing? And if that's the case, then you're seeing a decline in the game. To be honest, I couldn't tell you. But at the same time, one of the things is you can't just cater to only your hardcore players either. And you don't want to just cater to casuals, you know, especially in a game like this. I don't think that you should cater to just one side or the other. I think that there needs to be elements of everything. To be honest, I think that the whole, like, you know, chores, doing the whole chores things, I think that's more for like casuals who don't have a whole lot of time, or they just don't play the game as often, you know, maybe a couple times a week. They hop on, they do their pinnacles, and then they do something else, or whatever the case may be. Maybe that's just how they try to stay up with the power level, right? So that's how I'm kind of looking at it, is probably that's what that's for. But it's like the hardcore players that are just they're just stuck into that loop and they just don't want to get out of it, you know. So, but we don't want to see Bungie going too casual, because, you know, those people, even though that I kind of wonder what the specs are, because I'm not going to claim that, let's just say, because I've also heard that casuals tend to spend more money. There's more, you know, casuals to spend money towards a game than there are hardcore players. That there is not as many hardcore players as there are casuals. So yes, Bungie is going to have to cater to casuals at a certain point, but we also don't want the Destiny just to be just this 100% casual game. That's not what we want. But we don't want Destiny to be like this hardcore, you know, damn near impossible for anybody to even enter into the game, you know, because it's too difficult, too extreme, you know. And, you know, like, you don't want it to be so, there's so much that people don't understand what the hell is going on. Because you're also seeing comments like, you know, people even right now, they was like, well, I want to get into Destiny, but I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. I'm at a loss. There's so much in the game, and there's so much to learn. Which, I mean, that could be really any game. You know, I wouldn't want Destiny 2 to go the route of like Call of Duty, you know, where you just get on, play a few matches, or you pull an all-nighter, play a bunch of matches or some shit. You know, I don't want to see it go down that road. I like that there are little like harder aspects, you know, some that's a real grind. I enjoy the grind, like for specific weapons. Now, if Bungie could lower the number with the how many blueprints you get, that would be nice. Instead of having to collect 5, especially for certain weapons that only drop for you every once in a while, so you have RNG and stacked on top of RNG, you know, that'd be nice. But and I think that a lot, I know I'm heavily pushing on the hardcore side of things, but that's where most of the complaints are coming from. So, but I've noticed, but at the same time, for like, okay, let's say you get a bounty and it says, oh, well, you have to go and kill 50 champions in a nightfall, and it's for something specific, like you need to get new materials so that you can transmog whatever armor piece, or you just go ahead and grab it, but you're not really focused on it. You know, you just go ahead and grab it. It's kind of working itself in the back end, and you got an entire 3 months to complete it. Well, I see a lot of like the casual players I've also seen, you know, they tried to do this whole you know, oh my god, this is too grindy, I can't do it, it's too hard. And it's like, bro, you ain't gotta do it today. Yes, if you focus on it so hard and that's the only thing you focus on, yes, it's going to be a grind. You're going to be putting in the fucking hours. It's going to fucking suck. Yes, I agree with you 100%. If you play in that certain manner. Now, if you manage on like, okay, I'm gonna pick up this bounty so I can kill 50 champions and nightfalls, for example, but I'm just not really going to focus on it. I end up playing a bunch of nightfalls regardless, but I'm actually trying to get a new weapon, or, you know, I'm trying to get the specific weapon or something to that effect. So I think that, you know, that would be a great example for, you know, for people that it just don't sometimes you just ain't gotta focus on it so much. If it looks like it's going to be a hell of a grind, just have it running in the background. Just try to manage it that way. It makes things so much easier. Like with the whole shotgun thing, right? Like, I grinded the shit out of Dares of Eternity, but that was my own damn fault, you know. But at the same time, it would be nice if Bungie didn't make it where it was so that much difficult. Like, it would be nice if they made Dares of Eternity a lot like, let's say, Iron Banner. Like, you get the strange coins and you can spend those strange coins to focus for that specific weapon, not just RNG stacked on top of RNG. You know, I really like how Bungie is going with Iron Banner trials for specific weapons that you can grind for and get the engrams or get the keys or whatever it is, and you can focus on that one weapon that you're trying to get. So you don't have RNG on top of RNG, you just have the one where you're just trying to get a blueprint or try to get the red border so you can get a piece of the print so that you can finally get the blueprint to craft that weapon, you know. But that's like the only real aspect of the game that it's not focused in that way. So we had to do the old school grind and just keep playing Dares of Eternity over and over and over and over and over again. But eventually I would get to the point where it's like, I don't bother. Like, I get to the point where it's like, okay, I'm not going to get it today, or I've only gotten one today and I only need one more. Maybe I'll play Dares of Eternity maybe next week or later tomorrow or whatever the case may be, right? So, but that's the case. Like, I think that a lot of the people that are the casuals or hardcore casuals or just casuals in general, you know, they're sometimes they focus on the wrong things and try to just hammer it in like, I gotta do this many and it's too much of a grind. And it's like, no, don't focus on it too much. So that's kind of like my stance when it comes. I know a lot of it was more towards hardcores, but I do have criticisms towards softcore casuals, I guess you would say. Those who, you know, play the game, but they play it in a way that they focus too much on it, and everybody just memeing on each other. You know, to be honest, whatever, you know, people are going to do whatever the fuck they want no matter what you say or do, and especially when it comes to like Twitter or even the internet in general altogether. So, but yeah, okay, give me a second. I'm going to do this. Bye. No, I'm just kidding, I'm still here. Whew. Oh, I had to wet my whistle just a little bit. I did a hell of a lot of talking there. Okay, I'm back. I know everybody calm down. Calm down. It's okay. I know everybody's, I don't want everybody losing their shit. All right. Now I'm pretty sure that this video ain't gonna do all that hot, just for the simple fact that, you know, it's not the topic for the algorithm or anything, but I figured it would be a great topic to at least put out there, you know. And we need to, I think it makes things a little easier if we have a way to be able to come together in a more healthy manner for a community than everybody just at each other's throats trying to blame this person, trying to blame that person, whatever the case may be. So that's kind of how I look at it. And I figure that, you know, platform like this where I can set it up and, you know, build it so that people could come and, you know, enjoy, you know, talking about different aspects of the game inside and outside of Destiny. And you know, I'm really hoping to get to that point. So most likely this is gonna be, I mean, we're at we're like right at 52 minutes, so that's actually not too bad. I rambled on pretty good tonight, so but yeah, so hopefully that kind of gives somewhat of an idea. And like I said, you know, don't take me as an authority on the situation, because I'm not. I'm far from being some sort of an authority. I'm just you know, another guy just like you that has an opinion on certain things within the game. And I feel like there are those within our community that tend to lean one way or the other way too far. Like they take it way too far. And it doesn't matter which direction you're going. If you're going too far in any direction, you're doing it wrong. And, you know, and I want to actually see Destiny succeed, which they do succeed. They are succeeding. Bungie has done an amazing job with Destiny. You cannot deny them of that. I don't care who you are. You can't deny them of that. Now, people like, whoa, we can't criticize the game? Yeah, of course you can criticize the game. But you can't just criticize the game and then expect nobody to actually respond to your criticisms. Like, I expect people to have criticisms of my criticisms. You know, whatever the case may be. If there's something that Bungie does within the game that I may not like, then yeah, you know, if I'm wrong, tell me why I'm wrong, and let's see what happens, right? Okay. So, that's the Discord stuff. It is open. The link is actually in the description, so you're more than welcome to show up. And we got a pretty good amount of people right now. 46 members. Hell yeah. So, and I do have a leveling system, and once we start, I like to try to get the Discord a little more alive again. So I think I'm going to have to start stirring the pot a little bit. But anyways, I think that's enough of me rambling. I know I try to not ramble so much, but I'll literally talk your ears off sometimes, and I do apologize for that. Let me close that out. Let me restore chat. I keep forgetting I need to put live chat on every time. That's like my weakness right now, is not having live chat. It's always top chat, and I can't seem to fix that, so it's permanent. So, but okay. Okay. So anyways, I think that's going to be the end of this stream. We're like 4 minutes into an hour, but I think it went well. I put out my own points. If you disagree with me in any kind of way, you know, whatever the case may be, feel free to put it in my comment section in the past broadcasts. And if you ended up enjoying this, please do drop a like. You know, that kind of help, that feeds the algorithm, the beast of the algorithm that we enjoy, I guess. And go ahead and drop a sub. You know, we're at 65 right now. I'm very proud of that. It may not be that many numbers to some, but that is big for me. And my goal is to get at least 100, and you know, and get some regular viewers. Hopefully, maybe I just need to pick better topics. But it's kind of harder to come up with topics with the game that when it's during kind of the down season. So you're going to get a lot of this, you know, not really directly towards the game itself, like directly. It's more of outside of or surrounding the game. It's you know, like the community or something like that, because that's what this really is. It's more community focused, community based, and hopefully we'll get there one day. So, because I would love to be able to do this full time and be able to have our nightly shows. I enjoy doing things at night, and don't we all? But yeah, I mean, I would love to be able to do this every day if I could, and then have some scheduled up for the during the morning time. So, but yeah, let's check out the poll. See, let's see. We got one vote so far, and it's at 100% of yes. That they feel like there is a divide between the hardcore and softcore players. And yeah, and if you're just joining, I went through the entire spiel. You're kind of late to the party, but you know, you're more than welcome to, you know, rewind and rewatch it. If you have any quick opinions about the situation, you know, you can go ahead and hit me up in the live chat at the same time. I'm gonna just check on something right quick. I might actually, yeah, we got like 1 more minute till we're at like an hour, so make sure I haven't missed anything. I noticed that people are doing this the heat signatures or something like that with the whole playing Destiny. I don't understand how that all works, so that's kind of crazy to me. Let's see. Actually, I can actually show you it real quick as well. Hang on. I'll switch over to this scene. Twitter. There you go. I'm seeing a lot of this going on. And actually, I think the start was with Paul Tassi here. showing like burnouts, playing less. Yeah, I'm still kind of trying to figure out how to read this. So it's like, what? Like, okay. I'm not sure if like I'm assuming the red. I even did it myself just to kind of see, and it's like, okay. Kind of cool, I guess. I guess it's just another idea of how often you play during each season, I guess, because it also shows like different symbols. You know, with like Iron Banner, different activities. This was like during Witch Queen, and it looks like this specific person only played like once. And then nothing in this section. There's nothing in this section, you know, all of 2022. Let's see. But yeah, I'm starting to see a lot of people doing that stuff, so. But anyways, all right. All right, well, we are now at an hour, and I do appreciate your time, especially if you're watching this in the past broadcast, and you made it all the way this far. You're the GOAT. And whoever you are, random citizen that's in my chat or in my live stream right now, I appreciate you too. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get the hell out of here, and I'll definitely have a stream up tomorrow. I'm probably gonna do Iron Banner. That's probably what I'm going to end up doing, if I don't come across like a topic that I feel like that I need to actually have a discussion about. Chris, what's up, Sarah? I figured it was you, bro. But anyways, if I don't have a topic for tomorrow, I'm most likely just gonna grind out a bunch of Iron Banners so you can watch me be trash while I play off meta weapons and wreck other Guardians in Iron Banner. So but anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you for your time, and until I see you Guardians again, y'all keep it classy.